Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? All right. I just, good morning, everybody. Hello, Sharice Johnson Moore here. Your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow by guiding you to see the Christ within through scripture and practical applications. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Word and Worship. All week I had been debating on whether to do this live again or not, or give you a rerun, but the Lord laid it on my heart to give you something new to think about for this following week. And I want to thank everybody who has been watching, who has been listening, who has been uh, taking the time out to listen to the podcast as well. If you did not know, yes, I put these episodes on my podcast. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sharice Johnson Moore here, your hope builder, lifting you out of your sorrow by guiding you to see the Christ within through scripture and practical applications. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Morning Word and Worship. Today's topic is going to be about everybody has a responsibility, not just the leader. Everyone has a responsibility, not just the leader. I have been reading in the book of Numbers for 4 chapters now, and it just keeps clicking, it just keeps winding in my head. It keeps winding in my head that you have everyone that has a business, or everyone that has a business, or you work a job, or you work with a group of people, or you even go to church and you are part of a congregation. You have a responsibility. Whether you come to church or you come to work and you have a particular assignment, that assignment is very important. I want to say that again. No matter what your place is, whether you work a regular job, or you run a business, or you have employees, or your employer, or you have staff, or you have congregants in your church, does not matter. Everyone has a responsibility. And I say this because you're a parent and you got children. Of course, you have that responsibility, right? My thing is, let everybody do their job. Everybody has a responsibility. Okay, we're gonna go to I'm gonna start with the church first. And okay, you have your pastor, right? Now I've been reading this in Book of Numbers for a minute about how God has assigned you to a particular task in your church, right? You may you may be a deacon, deaconess, you may be a armor bearer, you may be a usher, you may be the church coordinator, you may be the past, you may be an usher. No matter what your role is in the church, everybody has a responsibility. And we can't sit there and not be responsible as it per se in your church. Okay. Like we have a kitchen, you might have a kitchen committee, right? Everybody in the kitchen, they get the tables and the settings right. When you have programs, you set up things like that for your events after the main service. Everybody has a responsibility, whether you're on the volunteer, or you on the volunteer committee, or kitchen committee, or um, you in the choir. Regardless of where you are, everyone has that responsibility. And with responsibility, it takes commitment. Commitment in your task. And I have been reading this, and it's been gnawing at me all week to give you this word, because we see God talking to Moses and Aaron. And we know that Aaron's first two sons are dead because they did not do what they were supposed to do. So now it's going to get passed down to Kohath and his son and the generations, his sons in the book of Numbers. And as we see this, the everyone in that family group of Kohath has got a responsibility to keep the tabernacle or the congregation together. And we are all assigned a duty. We are all assigned a duty, no matter where you are in life. Your duty may be okay, raise your children, okay? Raise your children, get this business started. You have responsibilities as far as the leader is concerned, but then you have other people that work with you, okay? As far as the pastor, bishop, apostle, minister, reverend, whatever the title is, and you're underneath them, and you help them serve God better. That is what your responsibility is. You have the usher board, you have the instrumentalists, musicians, you have the choir, you have the vocal team, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Everybody has their duties in that church. Everybody has their duty. And when you are given these duties, do not take them lightly. Okay, I'll give you a good example. I used to be an armor bearer for a prophetess, and my duty was to make sure she had her water, she had her word. I carried her Bible. I also did. I also did some. Okay, if she needed something, if she needed prayer, if she needed to put her shoes on, that's what I did. And we as we as individuals, when you're in the church and you're into different functions in your church, you are always responsible for something. We have a secretary, you got a first lady, you have, first ladies, of course they come, if you're not a first lady, okay, you are a lady in the church. And sometimes us as women in the church are given the responsibility to foresee what the other young ladies behind us are doing and what they aspire to be. Everyone is given a responsibility in life. And sometimes we want to run away from our responsibilities, but we can't. We can't. And then we can't step on people's toes. Yeah, I just said step on people's toes as far as your responsibility is. God, if you in this lane as an usher, stay in that lane as an usher, right? I understand if somebody asks you now, that's something different. But don't just go put, sometimes, we want to step into other people's lanes, and that is not what God had us to be responsible for. Okay. And sometimes we have to how can I say this? That responsibility comes with being honest and truthful and being committed. Like I said, I've been dealing with this all week because my responsibility is God has given me this idea, and how responsible am I going to be with this idea as far as bringing it forth to fruition, as far as giving you the word, as being a minister. That is a responsibility. Not to, oh, well, I'll do it next week, or never mind, or I'll think about it. No, God gave me this responsibility. He called me to do this, and I have to fulfill the responsibility that I have. And sometimes we, as human beings, when God already knows what we have to be responsible for. God already knows our beginning to the end, and he already knows what he's going to call us to do as far as what he wants us to be responsible for and our duties in that lane. And sometimes we have to get to the point where it ain't sometimes, it's all the time, that you have to do what God says. It's not no running. It's not no, oh no, never mind, no man, I'm not ready. Yeah, that's just like Jonah going, Jonah's supposed to to go one place and he goes somewhere else. And in the process of you running like that, good morning, how you doing? In the process of running like that, good morning, welcome to Morning Word and Worship. Sharice Johnson Moore here, hello. And talking about everybody has a responsibility, and not just the leader. If and I was talking about Jonah, and he goes somewhere else and his life just goes amok. And then he causes problems for other people that he's hanging around because he's not doing his assignment. He's on the wrong path, and he causes problems for other people when he jumps in the up and he wants to do it his way. He goes and he does it. He does what he wants to do, when he want to do it, and then he's wondering why he's having so many problems. That wasn't his responsibility to go the other direction. God told him to go to Tarshish. God told him to go that way. Not Nineveh. God told him to go, and sometimes when we ignore what God asked us to do, we be wondering why we going through so much hell. That's what I said it. Why we going through so much hell? Because that's not your assignment. That's not your responsibility. That's like when we jump off and we're trying to tell the pastor what to do. Okay, pastor already know his lane. Pastor already got his thing going. Pastor already has his understanding of what he is supposed to do. He's giving his word for the week. He's supposed to deliver the word on Sunday morning or Wednesday night or whenever you have Bible study. Or if you can't do it, he delegates other people to do the assignment for him. That's good too. That's it. When the leader comes to you and says, I want you to give Bible night study, I want you to lead Bible study for this week. Oh, okay. All right, Pastor. Okay. Because I know I was asked that one time and I was shocked. And I did as he told me. I did as he asked me to do. And obedience is better. Obedience is so much better in life when you follow what God asks you to do. It's so much smoother, so much easier, so much pleasanter, so much. It's really like, oh my goodness, thank you. Everyone has a responsibility, whether you're on the deacon board, whether you're on the usher board, whatever board you on in the choir. I don't care if you're on the janitorial cleaning committee. Everybody got responsibility. And when it is done properly and decent and in order, you get your blessings that way when you're being obedient. God says, okay, well, I want to put you on this committee. I want to put you on, I want to place you on this committee, or I want to advance you in the church as from where you want to become a deacon, and then you might want to advance yourself to become a minister, or you might want to advance yourself becoming more responsibility in your church. And if God has called you to that, do that. Don't run from your calling. Don't run from what God has asked you to do. I did that a lot. I ran. I ran from, I ran from the gifts and talents God gave me, and now I understand why he had me go through all that, because I wasn't listening. I wasn't obedient. I wasn't doing what he asked me, and I caused myself a lot of heartache and pain and grief and things that I could have avoided if I had just listened to what God had asked me to do, a calling. So I am so glad that y'all have came in today to talk about morning word and worship. And Not if you the secretary, if you the CFOs, the chief financial officer of your church or of a business, or you a lawyer, or what, everybody has a responsibility. And then you have this crew, or you have employees, and everybody does their job. Just like I was reading in Numbers, and in the book of Numbers, it states that God has given an assignment to Moses and Aaron to give the assignment out to the Levites. Who's going to lead the Levites? Who's going to do these roles of taking down the tabernacle, of the congregation? Who's going to take the curtains, and who's going to take the bowls, and who's going to take the basin, and who's going to take these things and do them, wrap them up, take them down, and put them up every time the group moves. Every time the group moves from one spot to another spot, God has started from the beginning. I'm going to assign these people. We got this tabernacle congregation now, and we have to assign people their assignments of what they're going to do. So never despise your assignment. Never despise your assignment, okay? Because sometimes, you get an assignment. God has saw something in you that He wants you to do in this season, in that point of reference. And never despise your responsibility. Never despise, and it always helps the leader of your business, or your congregation, or it helps. Every bit helps. Never think that what you do, regardless of where you at, does not help anybody. If you're going to type up an email, type up your emails. If you're going to do the finances for your church or business and things like that, okay, that's your responsibility. And it all of it comes together so it will run on time. It will run on time. It'll run on time as far as your as far as finances are concerned, as far as getting out, the media, if you the media, the PR person in your business or congregation, it is okay, well, this is my lane. This is what the pastors asked me to do. This is what I've been assigned to do. And if you lead vocalists, hey, and you got to be at every church service. You and the musicians got you and the choir and the background vocalists, and everybody plays a role in everything that makes the church and the business run smoothly. Now, when one thing goes off, it seems to trickle down a ladder. When one thing goes off, when one person doesn't do their job, something it throws other things out of whack. Have you ever noticed that? And it is a sign that you may need to talk to the person. You may need to encourage the person. You may want to give them some advice or things of that nature and see what's going on with them as far as why they're slacking on their responsibilities. So, I want to say, if you have enjoyed this this broadcast of Morning Word and Worship, I would love for you to donate to us. Okay, you can donate through Cash App, $ Sharice Johnson Moore, or you can donate through PayPal. It's at the bottom of the screen. PayPal.me/SNJMOORE. Okay, that's for PayPal. And I would love for you to, I would love for you to support this program, Morning Word and Worship. You can go to PayPal paypal.me/SNJ Moore for PayPal, and Cash App is $ Sharice Johnson Moore. Okay, I would love for you to support this program. Every little bit counts because it is used for things that we need here for this program and to make it flourish. Okay, I love y'all, and I want to thank everyone for coming in to Morning Word and Worship. Good morning, Doctor. How are you doing today? It is nice to have you. It's nice to have you. I was talking about um everybody has a responsibility, not just the leader. So that was our topic for today, and I want to say thank you so much for coming in and watching the broadcast. I greatly appreciate you, and y'all have a blessed day. Okay, babies, y'all have a blessed day. It's got to be blessed, right? Oh, bye, babies. I'll see y'all later, okay?